my name is Shelton. I go by Big Shelly or Shelly. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. I'm gonna give you a little bit of background about me. I am from Houston. I am in my 30s. I just turned 31 to be exact. I'm a Leo. My mother ascended when I was 11 to the other side. I am a firm believer in astrology. I love cooking, so you might see a lot of different things on this channel. Um, I basically want to go ahead and talk about some things that are going on in the world to try to heal the vibration of the world. That's going to be one of my objectives. I am considered what they called a wounded healer, meaning that all of the trauma and stuff that I was exposed to as a child kind of helps me help other people eventually. I'd rather use my energy for the good of good to heal the vibration of the world because as we know it, the world is actually changing continuously. There are things around us that are changing. You can feel people's spirits. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are in tune with y'all spirits and souls. You can feel the different energies that are shifting amongst us. One of the things I really want to start off by talking about is how astrology is paying a bigger picture in the world we live in. One of the symbols I do want to show y'all is related to Kobe Bryant. I'm actually 6'8". I actually love basketball, so this is one of the sports I've actually been following since I was a little kid. However, astrology is in sports. We have a planet that represents Jupiter. Jupiter represents change, luck, different things that Jupiter does represent. It's also for expansion, fortune, faith, philosophy. It's also a ritual planet. Just to let you guys know, Jupiter emblem or Galf or whatever you want to call it is looks like a 24. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is actually reality. You can go and look this up anywhere. Part of this this started all in January of last year when I started really getting into the astrology part because I stated that I wanted to start doing something every year when New Year's started. I want to do something different to enlighten my spirit or enlighten my soul or challenge my spirit and stuff and learn different things because there's always different knowledge in front of us. It's just what we put our minds and our energy into that comes our reality. And educating yourself is also the best thing. So with that being said, I have a concern. If you don't believe in astrology and you consider it as a myth, it's not necessarily a myth. It's definitely real. We also have, I'm going to give y'all a little bit about background on Kobe Bryant's death, how something else played a factor. LeBron James is actually a Capricorn. The Capricorn symbol is a 7 and a 6. LeBron James happened to break Kobe Bryant's record against the 76ers in Philadelphia. For those who don't know, Kobe Bryant is actually born in Philadelphia. He died in California. He was born in he was born in Philadelphia. He ended up dying in California, and he's ultimately buried in a place called Corona del Mar, California. This all kind of triggered the whole events that started kind of playing effect, like a trickle down events that started happening in the media. That's when we as society got exposed to coronavirus here in America. After Kobe Bryant died, you guys, I'm pretty sure y'all use Google a lot. Y'all can look this up. The first reported cases and stuff started late January. Ultimately, in February, the cases started increasing, ultimately led to us closing and shutting businesses down and the economy down for a while. The only thing that continued to go on pretty much while everybody was isolated was also the NBA, which also gets to my next point. Space Jam, the original Space Jam. If you guys remember the original Space Jam, they said the players did not want to go in the locker room, and it was some stuff that the new Space Jam just recently came out, which also is going to get to my next point. LeBron James left the Eastern Conference after he was in the damn finals for almost 10 years consecutively in the Eastern Conference. He ended up going to the Los Angeles Lakers, which also we all know Kobe Bryant played for that team for almost 20 years, 20 years or more, or whatever. My point is, shouldn't Kobe have been in the Space Jam 2 movie? He has more rings than LeBron, and he stayed with the same franchise. He also lived in Los Angeles, which is where they made most of the movies at. Some of the stuff doesn't add up. So I started paying more attention to predictive programming, which is when you see things on TV and it actually becomes reality. That's predictive programming. In psychology, it's called alpha state hypnosis. So with that, my next point is that they 9/11 is 3 weeks away. My concerns are that it's going to be something drastic that's going to happen in America. We've already been programmed to what's going on overseas. My whole questions are, where in Afghanistan, the pictures that they're showing, where the fuck are their masks? That's my question for one. Question number two, where we've been over there for almost 20 years. All of a sudden, 20 years coming up on the anniversary, we're pulling these troops out. What the hell is really, really, really going on? There's a whole lot of stuff that's not looking right and sounding right. And the plane that they showed them driving and passing on, I got pictures of it. I'm gonna put it on my channel and stuff too. But the plane shows 9011. That means 9/11. So again, and I'm not no way informed. I'm letting you guys know I'm not in politics. First and foremost, the right wing, the left wing, they're both wings to the same motherfucking bird. So with that being said, I think that what happened was Donald Trump, there's records of him talking about this years ago, that he felt that the World Trade Center, the bombings in 2001 was an inside job. So obviously it would make sense if he would be president right now, he would not want them to withdraw the way they was withdrawing and stuff overseas. I don't think he would have done that. So with that being said, I just think all of this is, we're doomed. There's shit that's going to happen and hit the fan if you're not paying attention to what's going on with the climate change. Hell, the Wizard of Oz talked about this and whatnot. Back in the movie, how the man behind the curtain was controlling the weather and stuff. So there's a lot of predictive programming stuff that's going on around us. Another movie I watched as a little kid about the Earth's core is the movie called The Core. Actually, yeah, it's called The Core. It came out in the early 2000s. I want to show y'all something else as well. There's a lot. The $20 bill is symbolizing a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the 20th century. Mind you, this man on our $20 bill that we change our energy with has horns on his head. You can see this shit blatantly in front of us. Like, so some of us have gifts to see certain things. This man has horns on his head. There's upside down crosses in money. Religion and money are never supposed to go to each other, because everybody that falls in between that usually becomes what? Controlled or puppets. There's a two-headed dragon attacking the White House. So there are certain things that people need to start waking the fuck up and asking questions and looking into things that are in front of us. Just like the CBS symbol, that's a fucking eye. So certain things, people need to really just start paying attention to certain symbolisms and stuff, because you can be in danger if you don't know what the symbolisms mean. I'm sorry, excuse me. So my encouragement for you guys is to start, for one, using critical thinking and thinking outside the box. Get off your phone sometimes and actually start looking at what's going on around you and start getting out to nature and exploring, hug your trees, drink your water, encourage each other, and try to heal. We got to heal some of this stuff, because I refuse to have my nieces and nephews. My mom didn't die for this. First and foremost, she didn't die for none of this to happen like this, because none of our ancestors want none of this to happen like this, first and foremost. So with that being said, some of y'all need to go back and start relearning and re-educating yourselves. Some of this isn't, like I said, some of this is in front of you. You can do the research. Oh, and I wanted to talk about certain planets because I want to tell y'all certain planets mean certain things when they're in retrograde. So these planet transits means, so for example, Mercury controls mental clarity and communication, which is blocked for problematic from when Mercury is in retrograde. So usually that's when y'all have communicate. I've had problems with my phone and stuff in retrograde. People not answering the phone or responding to certain plans. Your plans fall apart. It also leads to mental shifts and new information. Venus leads. It's in retrograde usually for 1 day or more. I mean, 1 day to a month or more. The same applies with Mercury, 1 to a month or more. 1 day to a day, a month or more. Excuse me. Amorous feeling, belief attractions, and spinning sprees. Mars, an energizing effect on others' planets, physical energy, vigorous activity, angry outbursts, burns, stabbing, cuts, shooting, activities, the affairs of a house. Jupiter, which we talked about earlier about Kobe Bryant, growth, expansion or excess, prosperity or opportunity. Keyword, we're going through this right now. There's, you can see that the grocery prices and everything is going up around us. Inflation, loss, travel, law and problems with the law. Sharon, wounds or healing processes, integration or disintegration. Jupiter stays in expansion, retrograde for 5 months to a year. Sharon up to 18 months. Saturn up to a year. Structure, restructuring, lessons, restrictions, responsibilities, consolidation, blockage, delays, losses, falls, blows, collision, crushing, and depression. Um, which is, we're gonna talk about that in my next segment because Saturn is important too. That's the 24 backwards. Which leads to my other. Hold on, I'm actually go to the symbols and stuff first. Let me not. I'll go back to that afterwards. Let me stay on one topic first. Uranus change, Cadillac, cataclysmic events, the unexpected transformation, a different viewpoint, chaos, explosions, electrocution, accidents with machinery, terrorism, and revolution. And this is Uranus in is in retrograde from 1 to 2 years. Neptune, illumination, illusion, deception, confusion, breakdown, and disintegration, flooding, drowning, self-sacrifice, martyrdom. Pluto, 1 to 2 years, inevitable change, transformation, psychological pressure, regeneration, disintegration, breakdown, control and power struggles, compulsions and obsessions, problems with sewers and drains, death and endings, deception, huge upsurges of intense emotion. North Node, which is a few weeks, a new expression of the planetary energy concern. South Node, a new presentation, same thing, few weeks, a new presentation of an old planetary energy so that can be reworked or lessons revisited. I wanted to also share y'all something else. When we were talking about the planets, I'm gonna go back to Jupiter and I'm gonna teach you just a little bit. I'm gonna touch on Saturn just a real quick as well. We can talk about that in my next segment. And next time I'll try to make some wine, have some wine. I ain't gonna make no wine, but have some wine and make a dinner that way we can sit here and I can snack my food and stuff and we can talk about stuff that's going on in the world because we'll have something else to talk about by then. Just so you know, Jupiter rules and rules and dignity is Sagittarius and Pisces. I wanted to read the what the gap means. It says the crescent of the soul rises above the cross of matter, symbolizing the soul trumping over earthly experiences and consciousness freed from illusion. The fall planet, the fall zodiac that links to that is Capricorn. Mind you, I sat there and said it was LeBron and Kobe died in what the end of the year. Well, sorry, beginning of the year, which is basically it was still winter, the fall after the fall season and stuff. Excuse me, and it was also after Capricorn season. He died in the when the sun was in Aquarius, which was in the not an airplane, but a helicopter crash. So that's something else to think about. In the air, Aquarius is actually an air sign. It's not a water sign. Just so you guys know. It does have anything to usually do with the air, and we're also in the age of the Aquarius, which is why you guys are seeing the letter V or the number 5 everywhere. So that's the fifth age of mankind, which we're in a new age of mankind. I've been talking about this for almost since 2017 to be exact. That's something else to talk about. I also wanted to go back and show the Capricorn. I mean the Saturn symbol. So I only want to touch this up real quick because Black Panther, the guy that played Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, I just know him from Black Panther and the movie Jackie Robinson. I can't pronounce the man's name, save my life. So not right now, until somebody does it right for me or something. Long story short, he died. I'm almost like I want to say like 10 months from Kobe Bryant. Nobody knew this man was battling cancer. So which is enlightening about the situation. If you look up the time that when he died, there was 3 planets that you can see. Well, yeah, the sun is considered a planet, just so you know. But the sun was in the sky. The moon eventually was in the sky. It was the moon, Jupiter, and also Saturn at the time that he died. This also is basically it's like a 20, it's like 24 upside down. So this worships this is also Saturn. So basically Saturn is about the rings. So it's just really interesting. I'll touch up on it furthermore. I don't want to take everybody's time and bore nobody out with all this overwhelming information because I want some people to do their own not some people to do their own research. And it also at that point in time it's ruled. Guess who also was linked to all of this? It rules the Capricorn and also the Aquarius. I just sat here and touched upon how Kobe had passed away in the air. And also the fall sign, the detriment is an Aries. Bozeman was a Sagittarius, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The Sagittarius is also a fire sign and whatnot. It also, like I said, is linked to. Y'all being rude. I'm over here doing a video. Bruno, go sit down, please. But it's linked to limitation, control, consolidation, consolidation, structure, boundaries, thrift, conversion, strength, discipline, direction, wisdom, resilience, karma, the shadow of self-condemnation, time, fear, denial, hardship, responsibility, and mentor. I want you guys to be safe out there. Be kind to one another. I know it's hard to do because first of all, I'm a jokester, so I know it's a little hard sometimes, but we have to be kind to each other. It's a whole lot, like I said, going on. You have what's going on in Afghanistan. We have COVID that's constantly rising. Well, my other question is I'm not sitting here vaccine shaming nobody or nothing like that. Everybody has the right to, and that's why we live in this America. We have our own free will and to make our own decisions. What I personally would not do is go and sit here and talk about the next person getting the vaccine. However, I'm going to just sit here and say, educate yourself. Some of this stuff, if you just pay attention, it tells on itself. So that's all I'm going to say. So I personally am not getting it because something happened to me as a child with a pharmaceutical company. I will not go into any confirmation on what happened because I'm still dealing with that matter in court. So that's one of the reasons why I'm personally not going to be taking the vaccination. But I do encourage other people to social distance, to use hand sanitizer, mask up, get your sage, make sure y'all meditating and levitating, doing what y'all need to do to get to the next level, because this is also a spiritual warfare that's going on as well. So I'm pretty sure some of this stuff, like I said, is all history repeating itself. Another thing I want y'all to really think about critically, why did Rome fall? Rome was one of the most powerful countries on the planet. It had hands on everything. had a powerful military, made a lot of money. Again, why did Rome fall? I'm going to tell you two things that I know for certain, but I want y'all to start looking it up because that's something we're going to talk about this in the comments or whatever. But Rome fell for one. I'm going to give y'all a correlation. And I want y'all to just use some critical thinking. Rome was in power for almost 250 years. Fell based on immigration. And also, they had a lot of military overspending. All I'm going to say is, I'm going to use it as an analogy. America is coming up on 250 years that they have been in power. So all I'm going to say is, do your research, pay attention, and critical think. I challenge you guys to critical think. Stay off your phone. Use your phone for something good. There's good ways to use your phone. Don't let the phone use you, okay? Have a good day.